Hey, it's Stevie GB here. Time for another episode of Stevie Rocks. Hey, kids, rock and roll, rock on. Yeah. 100 album review. Today is day 8, I believe, unless I screwed up. I think it's 8. Chicago Transit Authority. Now, I also had this on 8-track. I first heard it, it blew my mind. It's the first album by Chicago Transit Authority. It's also the last album by Chicago Transit Authority because after that they became to be known as a band you all know, Chicago. Now, Chicago has about, I don't know, 25 albums. They're still around 50 something years later. It's insane. But I only like the first 3 albums. That's pretty much it. Now, the interesting thing about this band is that their first album, double album. Their second album, double album. Their third album, double album. Their fourth album was live at Carnegie Hall, 4 albums. So think about that. They came out with 10 albums in the course of like 2 years. It's insane. Um, but today I'm reviewing their first album. Now, their second album I loved a little bit more, but that was in my first 100. But this one I think is equally good. It's an unbelievable powerhouse album. All right. It's rock, jazz, fusion with some pop and classical thrown in, but it's as heavy as it gets. And the band is as tight as I've ever heard. The horns are unbelievable. They're like, it's just a great album all around. The best part of the album is the guitar player, Terry Kath. Terry Kath is one of the top 10 guitarists in rock, in my opinion. Rolling Stone, top 100 guitarists of all times. Rolling Stone magazine, who call themselves a music magazine, did not put Terry Kath in the top 100. This is not only an oversight, it's pretty much sacrilegious when it comes to rock and roll religion. Terry Kath, even Jimi Hendrix said he never seen anybody play guitar as good as Terry Kath. So come on. This album is amazing. Okay, it's got a couple of hits on it you all know and love. Beginnings, and I don't really know. Does anybody really know what time it is? Those are the hits, but there's a lot of great songs on here. Introduction is the powerhouse that opens. South Carolina Purples, Listen, Poem 58, Someday, Question 67 and 68. It's amazing. It's a double album. Phenomenal. There's one 6.5-minute guitar solo called Freeform Guitar. It's pretty much all feedback and noise and mostly unlistenable, but it's still great. It's just, this is such a good, heavy, play it loud rock record by a band that ended up being like, they lost everything. They lost their edge. They lost the horns. They lost Terry Kath. He killed himself or accidentally killed himself. He shot himself. And they lost it all and did, if you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. They gave away that rock, blues, jazz, hard rock, amazing, tight protest music, political powerhouse rock group to turn into Air Supply. So what happened? I guess they saw money. They smelled money and women because ladies like it. All right, I don't mean to be sexist, but listen to me. Their first 3 albums are phenomenal. Chicago Transit Authority, Chicago 2, Chicago 3 is very jazzy. That may not be for anybody. The only real hit on there is Sing a Mean Tune Kid, and even that wasn't really a hit. Chicago 2 has Make Me Smile, and that whole ballet for a girl from Buchanan is freaking almost the whole side. Is probably one of the best pieces of music ever recorded. But Chicago 1, Chicago Transit Authority, great album. Love it. Play it all the time. Never got sick of hearing it. Check it out. It's Chicago at their best. Their first album. Gotta love it. Rock and roll, kids. Keep on rocking. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did get to see them live with Terry Kath. I was very lucky. It was amazing. It was around the Chicago 6 album. I think he died around Chicago 7 or 8. I'm not sure. But they pretty much tanked after 7. Something like that. Now they're up to 30. So that gives you an idea of how shitty they became. Chicago Transit Authority, gotta love them. Bye-bye.